Hello, seedlings of light. Welcome back to Black, Gray, and White. I'm Bailey.
I'm Sandy.
And today is a juicy one for you. We've got funny massage stories. So we like to jump both feet in, and we also like a deal. So it goes, that mixture goes ahead and ends up for a very interesting situation.
For sure.
So you've been taking me to get massages for as long as I can remember. So you are definitely the OG massage experiencer. So I'll let you go ahead and start it.
So we were I was at a training class with two of my coworkers, and we had been driving by this massage place that said hand-foot massages, I think like $15. And I'm like, ooh, wouldn't it be nice to get a massage? And they were like, oh yeah.
Subtly throwing that into conversation every time she passes by.
I know. So on the third day, we get to call. So they let me call. And I call the guy. And the guy, I said, how much are your massages? And she said, table or foot? And I said, table. And she says, $40, I think.
Oh, steal a deal.
Right? And so do your market research, best value. And I went, Roger that. And then I said, well, can you do all three of us, or do we have to come back? And she said yes. And so we go and get in there, and they give you slippers, one size fits all. And
so you're shuffling around.
A locker. Yeah, so we're headed back down there. And this was a Asian type of massage, which I had not had before.
It was her precipice into the Asian world, so she's jumping in.
It was. And so I went back and went into the one room, and it was so dark. It literally had a red light over the top, which I feel that's...
Wasn't very relaxing. Red is not the color that I think of when I think of soothing.
Good.
So.
And I should say it had a red shade. I don't think the light was red, but there was a red tinge to the room. And so as I was undressing, I was like, it was so dark, I put my socks down, and I was really worried where I put my socks. And I thought, well, that's really funny, because if something happens, I really want to know where I can get those socks to get
First
out.
things first, wear my socks.
So anyways, I get ready, and she says, before the gal left, she says, head, foot. And she just kept pointing back and forth. And so finally I went, I got it. I'm going to put my head here, my feet here. So I get that. I'm there waiting. And so the gal starts doing the massage, and but it's kind of a funny one. So she starts rubbing her arms around my back, my, what do you call it, the wing of your back, your shoulder. And she's doing this. And I'm like, oh, tight. And she goes, yeah, tight. And so I hear like creak, creak. And she's not very big. And and I feel her on the table with me.
She didn't realize that it was a 2-person table.
And she's going, and I'm like, wow, really tight. And she says, yes. And she's just getting into the massage. And so next thing I know, she starts going back like this. And then she's on the table, and she's straddling me, like literally straddling me.
Which I don't know if you know this, but my mom's a little bit of a prude. So
Yes!
she doesn't want anybody with her.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So she's straddling me, and I'm like, and again, I'm like, oh. And so I'm like, just breathe through it, because this too will pass. So I'm,
be present in the moment. This is good.
Just release. The faster those muscles release, the faster she's done. So I'm breathing through. And next thing I know, she is balancing her knees on my butt cheeks. And I don't know if you've ever had this method, but it hurts.
She had Bodie Maroney, too. She really was, her knees were able to get in there.
Oh, my gosh.
Because her knees were in your butt, right?
Yes.
Like, do a little circle.
And her little monkey toes were on my shins holding on. And you're right, she was doing a round circle. And I'm like, just breathe, just relax. It'll be fine. And so anyways, I get that done, which, it really hurt. And so I finally finish, and I go out to meet my friends. And I have a friend that she's the silent laughter. Like you can only tell she's laughing because her shoulder moves,
up
right?
And down.
Yeah. So she comes out. She has mascara running all the way down because she had a similar treatment. Only, thank God I think it's because I was the old lady and not the young lady. She didn't walk on me, but they had their massage therapist walk on their back.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they got up.
Did they get
the
a good
same
back
thing.
pop?
Oh my gosh. So anyways, we get out and the other gal, so the one that's a silent crier, she's got mascara and she did her shoulder. She goes, I laughed through the whole thing. And then the other gal, she gets it. We get in the car and she sits down and she goes, that was nice, but I really like those really relaxing massages because it was rough. So the next day we were so sore. It hurt so bad. We were so sore. And we sat in our chairs, and as the speaker walked up and down and moved around, all three of us, all we did was do this. We couldn't even turn our heads. It was so
worth it. Note that it took my mom a lot of convincing to get those coworkers to do another massage with her.
Yeah.
She wasn't trusted for a couple of years.
We call it the monkey massage because
with their little toes.
So what I learned from that though is you need to really ask what type of massage it's going to be. So I mean if that type of Asian massage is for you, you go.
They get in there. Let me tell you what, they're going to give those knots a run for their money.
So I told that story to one of my friends, and she went to a massage therapist, and she says, undress to your comfort level, and she had a hoodie on with sweatpants.
This is it.
She kept it on, and the massage therapist says, no, you're going to have to remove your sweatshirt and sweatpants. And then she told him my story, because that's how comfortable she was. She's not getting...
This is as good as it's going to get.
I'm done.
This is it. Oh, that is funny. We do traumatize people. So just note that this is not every massage experience, just some of the better ones. So mine, and I knew about my mom's story, and I just walked headfirst in another situation, just went for it. So I was in Switzerland by myself, and I was going to treat myself and get a massage. So Switzerland, they have all the buildings built up, and then you have to go through, and I don't speak the language, I'm just there. They're having a good time. So I have my little Google Maps, and I find one that's on the street. So I set out on my little trailblazer, going out, and I get there, because I can't call them. I'm in another country. I don't know how that works. They probably don't even speak English. So I get there. Thank God for Google Translate, because that was my best friend on that trip. And so I get there. The gal has an opening. They just opened. So I get my massage in. I'm speaking into the phone, showing it to her, which Google Translate is not correct all the time. So I have no idea what I'm actually showing her. Could be anything, right? So we figure it out. We do a little bit of sign language. We figure out what we go. She takes me into a back room. It was not red, so it was a little bit calmer. They had a little fountain going, so it was nice and calm. It was actually a very beautiful studio. But I'm the only one in this building in another country with people that I don't know. So I wasn't worried about my socks. Let me tell you what. I had my dress on a hook ready to run out the door if I needed to go. I want to put my stuff in a locker, let me tell you what. So I'm prepared and I'm ready. And I'm laying down and she comes in. I try to communicate. It's better to be quiet. So I'm just enjoying living my best life, right? I'm in another country, treating myself. Laying down, she's rubbing me, she's really getting into it, which I like deep tissue, so it's good. And then I feel the table shift a little bit, and she didn't straddle me, so I didn't have that same experience, but it was strange feeling somebody on the table with you, and she got into it. And I also received the knees in my butt.
It hurts, doesn't it?
It did hurt, and I can't really communicate because you can't really shout stop because I wasn't trying to cause a scene in this scene in this other country. So I just took it, right? Like, yeah, at that point you just kind of take it.
It's tender, isn't it?
And they are so bony, and when they get in this motion and they go around, and it's just and it's hard not to tighten up and you're worrying about,
And bless their heart, they stop and then reverse.
Exactly. They do. And so I always mocked my mom for getting in that situation. I'm like, well, how would you let that happen to you? And lo and behold, that's karma. It went ahead and happened right to me. But I still would do it again. So that's that story.
It's kind of fun.
I would still go again, and that gal was one of the sweetest little gals. She made sure she got me a little wet washcloth for my face afterwards. Aww. Had this whole little that's what they did. She brought me tea. after my massage. I sat in their little foyer, and she brought me a whole nice tea set, which was really fun. And I tried Google Translate again, but I think I think it was saying things that I didn't
Thank you
mean.
for your mother's chicken soup.
I probably asked for a happy ending, but she didn't understand what I was doing. So it's always a good time. I would say never turn down a massage, even after these stories. Still worth it.
Totally. I think now we just challenge ourselves to get a variety of different ones, but to make sure. I did just had a massage where they use salt stones instead of just rocks. The stones were salt, the Himalaya salt.
Did you notice a difference?
No. It was nice. It was delightful.
It was good as it was good as rocks. You do like the hot
That's
rock,
right,
hot
yeah.
stone massage. That's one of your favorites.
So, I mean, they're all kinds of fun.
They're coming in. We'll update you soon. We have a good video about Lomi Lomi, which is a Hawaiian massage technique, and we actually are certified.
Yes, we
Lomi
are.
Lomi practitioners. So we'll go ahead and that'll be coming soon your way.
That's right.
Well, and my aunt, what did my aunt do? She went to, where was she? Russia, and she got one of the...
They beat her with a eucalyptus branch. So,
and not gently. Like, it's not like we're, like, tapping. Like, whipped her with that branch.
They did.
And she's naked in a foreign country up against the wall trying to get away.
When she came out of the dressing room, by golly, they decided to loosen her up before... And, yeah.
So it could always be worse. So just know.
So there are a lot of different techniques.
But it's always a good story. And you know what they say.
That's right.
That's what
you gotta have one. You gotta have a good story.
So, all right, guys, let us know if you have any good stories you'd like to share with us. blackgrayandwhite1@gmail.com.
Scroll down, tell us the different types of massages you've had, and let us know.
Which one's your favorite? All right, send in all the love, guys. Bye.
Bye.